Chosen one, something is pressing on you, not from outside, from within. You feel it when you wake up at 3 inches the morning, heart racing, room silent, and no reason you can name. You feel it in your own house, a heaviness hanging in the air like weather before a storm nobody's forecasting. You feel it in your body, tired, but your spirit, wide awake. Something in you knows, and yet you've been telling yourself, maybe it's age, maybe it's worry, maybe it's just life. It is not. What you are feeling right now is not anxiety. It is not depression. It is not you falling apart. It is a spiritual threshold. Heaven has drawn a line in this season, and you are standing on the edge of it right now, today, whether you recognize it or not. You thought something was wrong with you. You thought you were losing momentum. You thought heaven had gone silent. You thought the stillness meant you were being forgotten. Chosen one, that stillness wasn't silence. That was God, holding his breath before he moves. There is a storm outside, a real one, a collapse, social, spiritual, generational, that has officially begun. And the enemy wants you running, reacting, scattering. But heaven has one instruction for you in this hour. Stay inside. Not inside your house. Not inside your fear. Inside God's covering. Inside divine timing. Inside spiritual alignment. Inside the sacred place where the oil is still being prepared, even while the wind is howling at every window. A runway looks empty before the plane is cleared for takeoff. A river holds its tension right before the waters part. Do not mistake the stillness for abandonment, because in this hour there are 3 things collapsing around the chosen one, and not one of them is your destiny. I will show you what they are. But first you need to understand why the pressure you're feeling is not a sign that you're losing. It is proof that you are being positioned. What feels like paralysis, chosen one, is positioning. If this message found you in a moment of pressure, type right now, I will remain in position. Don't skip ahead. 1 sentence later in this message may explain the last 6 months of your life. Stay with me. Can I sit with you for a moment? Not preach at you. Not lecture you. Just sit beside you the way a shepherd sits beside the one sheep that stopped walking. Not because it gave up, but because something in it knew the path ahead required more than movement. You are tired of waiting. Say it out loud if you need to. Heaven already knows. You have prayed. You have fasted. You have obeyed when obedience cost you relationships, reputation, and rest. You have stood in faith when standing felt like foolishness. And still, the silence continues. Still, the door remains closed. Still, the circumstance hasn't shifted. And deep inside, a question has been growing louder than your prayers. Did I miss my moment? Chosen one, I need you to hear what I'm about to say, not just with your ears, but with the deepest part of your spirit. The silence you are sitting in right now is not punishment, it is preparation. There is a strange contradiction happening inside you, and you've been unable to name it until now. Everything outside you screams urgency. Bills, health, family, the news, the world fracturing at the seams. Everything outside demands you move now, faster, louder, harder. But inside, something is holding you still. Not fear, not laziness, not defeat. Restraint, holy, intentional, heaven-issued restraint. Isaiah 30:15 says it plainly, and chosen one, this may be the most countercultural verse in all of Scripture. God said to his people, in returning and rest you shall be saved. In quietness and confidence shall be your strength. Not in rushing, not in striving, not in manufacturing the next move. In quietness, in confidence, in rest. But here is where the flesh panics. Because the flesh was not built for stillness. The flesh reads silence as failure. The flesh interprets waiting as being forgotten. The flesh looks at a closed door and assumes God has moved on, when in truth, God is simply not finished preparing what is behind it. Think about bread rising in the dark. You cannot rush it, you cannot force it. The moment you pull it out too early, it collapses. It looks like bread, but it has no substance, no strength, no ability to feed anyone. That is what premature movement produces in the life of the chosen one, the appearance of progress without the substance of destiny. Think about an archer. The arrow doesn't fly forward until the bow is pulled backward. The tension you feel right now, the resistance, the compression, the pressure building in your chest, that is not the enemy winning. That is heaven pulling you back to release you further than you have ever gone. Think about a soldier deep inside a bunker, surrounded, quiet, waiting. Not because the battle is lost, but because the battle line hasn't shifted yet. And moving too soon doesn't just cost the soldier, it can cost the entire mission. Chosen one, not every closed movement is delay. Some stillness is divine restraint, because premature motion can cost more than slow obedience. Let that land. Now I need to ask you something direct, something that may sting, but you need to hear it. How many times have you confused holy restraint with fearful stagnation? How many times have you run toward the first open door just to escape the pressure of waiting, only to find that door led somewhere God never assigned? There is a difference, and it matters eternally. Fearful stagnation is paralysis born from doubt. It whispers, God isn't moving, so neither will I. It is rooted in unbelief. It shrinks, it hides, it slowly loses vision. Holy restraint is stillness born from trust. It declares, God hasn't released me yet, so I will not move until he does. It is rooted in faith. It does not shrink, it deepens. It uses the waiting season to grow roots so strong that when the wind comes, nothing can uproot what God has built. You have been in a bunker, chosen one, and you have been misreading it as a grave. It is not a grave. It is a launching position, and I need you to stay in it just a little longer, because later in this message, I am going to show you something that will change how you see the last 6 months of your life. I am going to expose exactly how the enemy imitates failure, how he constructs the appearance of defeat so convincingly that the chosen one abandons position just steps before the breakthrough arrives. He has done it before, to people stronger than either of us. And he is doing it right now to you, but not today. Not if you stay with me. Because before you run toward the first open door, you need to understand this. Not every opening is from God, and not every silence is absence. Some doors open because God prepared them, and some doors open because the enemy knows you are tired enough to walk through anything. The difference between those two doors, chosen one, may be the most important thing you learn this year. Stay with me. Let me tell you what the enemy has been doing to you. Not with darkness, not with destruction, with speed. He has been rushing you, whispering in your ear at midnight that you are running out of time, that you have already waited too long, that if you don't move right now, the window will close forever. And chosen one, I need you to hear this with every fiber of your spirit. That voice is not God. That pressure you feel, that relentless, grinding, suffocating sense that you must fix it, solve it, decide it, move on it today, that is not the Holy Spirit urging you forward. That is the enemy manufacturing an emergency that does not exist. This is what false urgency looks like in real life. It looks like reopening doors God already closed, because the familiar feels safer than the unknown. It looks like making financial decisions out of panic instead of prayer. It looks like forcing a reconciliation before the healing is complete. It looks like mistaking movement for progress. It looks like running just to feel like you aren't standing still. And the cruelest part? False urgency always feels righteous. It feels responsible. It feels like wisdom, like you're finally doing something. But you are not moving forward. You are being baited out of position. Think about Joshua standing at the edge of the Jordan River. The water wasn't moving yet. The path wasn't clear yet. and every human instinct was screaming, "Go! Cross now, you're losing time." But God said, "Hold." God said, "Wait for the signal." God said, "The priests go first, and the waters move on. My command, not on your panic." Joshua 3-8. God told the priests to stand in the water's edge and stop before the miracle, before the opening, before the breakthrough. There was a commanded stillness, and the waters, they parted only after the position was held. Chosen one, God has not changed his method. Now let me speak to you directly, because I know who is watching this. You are not 25 years old with decades ahead to recover from a wrong turn. You have lived long enough to carry regret, long enough to count the years that felt wasted, long enough to feel the weight of time in a way younger people simply cannot understand. And because of that urgency, feels righteous to you. When you've lost years, any movement feels better than waiting. When you've carried regret like a stone in your chest, stillness feels like surrender. When loneliness sits at your table every morning, any open door looks like God's answer. But I need to tell you something that may be the most important thing you hear today. God is not healing your past by pushing you into counterfeit speed. The enemy knows your history. He has studied your pain. He knows exactly which wound to press to make you run before you're released. He presses the loneliness button, and suddenly you're reaching back toward people God already removed from your life. He presses the financial fear button, and suddenly you're making decisions at 2 inches the morning that daylight would never allow. He presses the family guilt button, and suddenly you're sacrificing your alignment to keep peace with people who are not at peace with God. He presses the "you're too old to wait" button, and suddenly the very patience that was about to produce your miracle becomes the first thing you abandon. This is not warfare with weapons. This is warfare with a clock. Smoke alarms going off in a house where there is no fire. The enemy banging on the door not to break it down but to make you open it. A fisherman jerking the line too early. Not because the fish is gone, but because the silence felt unbearable, and the catch is lost. Not to the storm, to impatience. Chosen one, write this on the walls of your heart today. The devil does not always need to destroy you. Sometimes he only needs to hurry you. Let that breathe for a moment. He doesn't need you in sin. He just needs you out of timing. He doesn't need you in rebellion. He just needs you one step ahead of God. Because one premature step, one decision made in panic rather than peace, can cost you months of rebuilding what God already had perfectly arranged. This is the first collapse, the collapse of false urgency. And if you've been feeling it in your mind, in your emotions, in your spirit, that relentless pressure to move, decide, react, fix, then you are exactly where this message needed to find you. Stay inside, stay in position, stay under the covering, because the waters are about to part. But they will not part on your schedule. They will part on His. And if you think false urgency is dangerous, I need to warn you. The second collapse is more subtle, more personal, more devastating, because it doesn't attack your decisions. It attacks who you think you are. If you are ready to face it, stay with me, because what comes next may be the most important truth you've heard in years. Chosen one, stay with me, because what I am about to say, nobody in your life has had the courage to say to your face. You didn't just lose confidence somewhere along the way. You lost your name, not your birth name, not the name on your mailbox. The name heaven wrote over you before your mother ever held you, before the world ever had a chance to touch you. That name, that one, you forgot it. And here is how it happened. It didn't happen all at once. It never does. It happened slowly, quietly. The way dust settles on a family Bible, not because the truth inside changed, but because nobody opened it long enough to remember what was written. The pressure came, and it stayed. And somewhere inside that long, hard season, you made a trade you didn't even realize you were making. You traded who God said you were for the explanation the pain gave you. Because it has been hard, you began to think you were weak. Because it has been quiet, you began to think you were forgotten. Because it has taken time, you began to think you were behind. And then the whispers started. Maybe I'm not who I thought I was. Maybe I missed my assignment. Maybe I'm too old now. Maybe the best years are already gone. Chosen one. Stop right there. Do you hear what just happened? That is not humility speaking. That is not wisdom. That is not discernment. That is identity contamination. That is what occurs when a king has been living in the wilderness so long he forgets his own crown. He starts walking like a beggar, talking like a beggar, believing like a beggar, not because royalty left him, but because he let the wilderness rename him. And the enemy did not need to destroy you. He only needed to confuse you about who you are, because a chosen one who does not know their name will never walk through the door that has their name on it. Now, I need to speak directly to someone watching right now. You are not 25. You have lived. You have scars. You have buried people you loved. You have watched dreams get delayed so long you stopped calling them dreams and started calling them regrets. And this culture, this loud, fast, youth-obsessed American culture, has whispered something wicked into your spirit. It whispered, "Your time has passed." And I am here under the authority of Scripture to call that what it is, a lie, straight from the pit. Moses did not stand before Pharaoh at 30. He stood there at 80. Abraham did not receive the covenant in his youth. He was called at 75 and still walking in promise at 100. Sarah laughed at the promise, then carried it in her body. Anna prayed in the temple for decades, and heaven chose her, an elderly widow, to be the first to declare the Messiah had arrived. Not a young priest, not a powerful ruler. A faithful, seasoned woman who never stopped showing up. Simeon waited his entire life, and God saved the greatest moment of human history for his eyes to witness it. Do you understand what Scripture is telling you? Heaven has never been intimidated by your age. Delay does not cancel election. A long winter does not mean the harvest has been cancelled. It means the roots went deeper than anyone expected. But here is what the enemy does. He takes the length of your waiting and he weaponizes it against your identity. He throws mud at the mirror, again and again, until you can no longer remember the reflection that was there before the mud came. And you stop looking, because looking hurts. Chosen one, look again. Not at the mud, not at the years, not at what hasn't happened yet. Look at what God called you before any of it began. Jeremiah 1-5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Not set you apart and then changed his mind when life got complicated. Set you apart, period, permanently, without condition. The battle you are in right now is not only over your future, it is over your self-recognition. Because the enemy knows if he can get you to forget who you are, he doesn't have to fight what you're capable of. If this message is still speaking to you, if you are still here, that is not coincidence. That is confirmation. God has not changed his mind about you. Not last year. Not last decade. Not after everything that happened that you've never told anyone about. Not after any of it. Type it right now, chosen one. Let heaven and earth witness your declaration. I will not wear the name of my pressure. You are not what the hard season called you. You are not what the silence suggested. You are not what the delay defined. You are who God named you, and that name has never been revoked. But chosen one, there is still a third collapse I have not yet told you about. And this one, this final one, is the reason time itself has felt distorted around you. The reason some days feel like they are moving in slow motion, and other days feel like years collapsed into hours. What I am about to show you will change how you see everything that has happened to you. Stay with me. Chosen one, I need you to stay with me right here, because this third collapse, this one, is the most dangerous. Not because it destroys your body, not because it steals your money. It destroys something far more sacred. It steals your belief that there is still time. And once the enemy takes that, he doesn't need to do anything else. You'll stop yourself. Let me ask you something, and I need you to answer it honestly in the quiet of wherever you're sitting right now. When was the last time you looked at your life and thought, I'm behind? When was the last time a birthday passed, and instead of celebration, you felt something closer to grief? When was the last time you watched someone younger succeed, and a voice inside whispered, that was supposed to be me? That voice is not wisdom. That voice is not discernment. That voice is a weapon. And the enemy has been aiming it at you precisely, deliberately, for years. This is what time distortion does. It doesn't just make you feel late. It makes you feel disqualified. It takes your unfulfilled dreams and turns them into evidence against you. It takes your delayed finances and calls them permanent failure. It takes your grown children, your broken relationships, your tired body, your shelved ambitions, and it builds a case that says your best chapter is already behind you, and chosen one that is the most sophisticated lie the enemy has ever told, because it uses real pain to deliver a false verdict. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 3:11, He has made everything beautiful in its time, not in your time, not in the world's time, not according to the calendar on your wall, in His time. And here is what heaven needs you to understand right now. God does not wear a watch. He operates in appointed moments, kairos, sacred intersections, divine detonations of timing that cannot be rushed, cannot be manipulated, and absolutely cannot be late. Abraham was 75 years old when God called him to leave everything and start over. 75. Moses was 80 years old when he stood before Pharaoh. 80. Anna, the prophetess, was 84 years old, fasting, praying, waiting in the temple, and Scripture records her as one of the first human voices to recognize the Messiah with her own eyes. The world would have told every single one of them, you missed it. You're too old. It's too late. And God looked at every single one of them and said, I'm just getting started. Chosen one, what you called lost time, God may call hidden construction. Read that again. Let it settle, because a seed underground does not look productive to anyone walking by. It looks dormant. It looks dead. It looks like nothing is happening. But underneath the surface, roots are going deeper than the eye can see. Concrete cures beneath the ground before a single wall rises above it. The night watch is longest right before the dawn breaks. And you, in your hidden season, in your quiet years, in the decades that felt like delay, you were not being forgotten. You were being built. God was constructing something in you that shallow seasons could never produce. Depth, endurance, unshakable wisdom. The kind of authority that only comes from surviving what should have destroyed you. That is not wasted time. That is sacred architecture. Now I need to say this directly because somebody watching right now is about to make a critical mistake. You are about to let the calendar preach louder than God. You are about to count the years instead of counting the promises. You are about to measure your life by what the world sees, instead of what heaven has already written. And if you do that, if you step out of position now, because the wait has felt too long, you will walk out of the very room where your miracle is being prepared. Do not let the calendar preach louder than God. Your age is not your assignment. Your delay is not your destiny. Your hidden years are not evidence of heaven's absence. They are evidence of heaven's patience. And patience, chosen one, is not weakness. It is the sign that what God is building in you is worth the wait. So here is what I'm asking you to do right now. Stop counting backward. Stop measuring forward against people who were never called to your assignment. Your path is not theirs. Your timing is not theirs. And your God is not theirs to limit. If this has reached something real inside you today, type right now, My time has not passed. Say it out loud. Let your own ears hear it. Because faith comes by hearing, and you need to hear the truth louder than you've been hearing the lie. Stay with me, because now we move from diagnosis into instruction. In the next section, I'm going to show you exactly why God tells the chosen one to stay inside while the collapse unfolds outside, and why leaving your position early may cause you to misread the most important season of your entire life. Don't move. This is where it gets real. You felt it before you had words for it. Something ending, something shifting, something that used to hold you no longer holding. And you've been standing in the middle of it, wondering if you did something wrong, wondering if God moved and forgot to tell you, wondering why, after all your faithfulness, after all your prayers, after all your years of showing up, everything still feels like it's coming apart at the seams. Chosen one, I need you to hear this with every part of your being. The collapse is real, but it was never aimed at you. It was aimed at everything around you that cannot carry what God is about to release through you. This is the word. Right here. Don't miss it. God is not dismantling your life. He is dismantling the scaffolding that was never meant to be permanent. And scaffolding, by design, must come down before the building can be revealed. Think about Noah. The rain didn't begin until he was already inside. God didn't say, "Watch the flood from a distance." He said, "Come into the ark." While an entire world structure collapsed outside, Noah stayed inside the covering. Not because he was hiding, because he was carrying something the old world could not contain. That is your picture right now. That is your exact moment. The blood on the doorposts of Israel, Exodus 12 judgment was moving through Egypt that night. Real judgment, devastating judgment. And God's instruction to his people was not, "Go fight it." It was, "Stay inside. Do not go out the door until morning. Stay inside the covering. Stay inside the covenant. Stay inside the boundary I drew around you, because what is passing through this season cannot touch what is marked by my hand." This is what stay inside means. It means remain inside obedience, even when obedience looks like stillness. It means remain inside peace, even when peace feels like you're not doing enough. It means remain inside your spiritual assignment, even when the noise outside is screaming for your attention. It means remain inside the boundaries God gave you, even when everything beyond those boundaries seems urgent. It means remain inside the inner life, the quiet place where God is still speaking, even when the outer world has gone chaotic. Now let me tell you what is actually collapsing, because this is where I need you to be honest with yourself. Some relationships are ending not because you failed them, but because they were never assigned to your next chapter. Some support systems are crumbling not because God abandoned you, but because they were built on performance, not covenant. Some identities are dying the version of you that needed approval, needed validation, needed to be seen in order to believe you were still chosen. Some methods that worked for 20 years simply are not working anymore. And that is not failure. That is graduation. Some comforts are dissolving the ones that soothed you but never healed you, that numbed you but never transformed you. This is why the season feels severe, because something real is ending, and your soul knows it. That's the weight you've been carrying. That's the heaviness in the house. That's why 3 a.m. feels like a conversation you didn't schedule. God is not surprised by any of it. He is the potter. And right now, his hands are on the wheel. Psalm 139. He knows every moment of this. He is keeping the clay centered not to restrict you, but because clay that loses its center flies apart. His pressure on your life right now is not punishment. It is precision. And here is the line I need you to carry for the rest of this message. Write it down if you have to. God is not hiding you because you are fragile. He is containing you because you are carrying something that must not be contaminated. Read that again. Let it land. You are not being sidelined. You are not being forgotten. You are not being passed over. You are being protected because what is forming inside you right now is too sacred, too significant, too generationally important to be exposed before its time. Some things really are ending. And that grief is real and it is valid, and God does not dismiss it. But the ending is not your story. The ending is the doorway. In a moment, I'm going to show you the difference between staying inside in faith and hiding inside in fear, because they can feel identical from the outside, but in the spirit, they are worlds apart. And knowing the difference may be the most important thing you hear today. But first, if this word is reaching you right where you live, share it right now with someone who has been under strange pressure and cannot explain why. Someone who is close to giving up on what God placed in their hands. Someone who needs to know the collapse around them is not the end of them. Send it right now, because what is coming next, they need to hear it too. Now I need to say something that most people won't tell you, because what comes next, this is where the message gets uncomfortable. Chosen one, not everyone who says they are waiting on God is actually waiting on God. Some are waiting, and some are hiding. And the difference between those two things could determine the next decade of your life. Stay with me, because this is the part that will separate the ones who come through this season, transformed from the ones who come through it smaller than when they entered. You felt the first part of this message in your chest. You recognized the pressure. You nodded at the sleepless nights. You said, "Yes, that is me." But here is the question heaven is asking you right now. Is your stillness producing peace or feeding your dread? Because there are two kinds of stillness, and they feel almost identical from the inside. One is the stillness of a sword in its sheath, held back not because it is useless, but because the moment has not yet come. Disciplined, ready, dangerous in the right season. The other is the stillness of a door that has been nailed shut, not from wisdom, but from wounds that never healed. One is faith, one is fear wearing faith's clothing. And chosen, one God is asking you today, which one are you living in? Here is how you know. When you are staying inside in faith, you still have peace, even when you have no answers. You are protecting what God is building, even when you cannot see the blueprint. You are saying no to panic. You are still praying, still listening, still preparing, even in the silence. You are like a pilot in a holding pattern, not grounded, not cancelled, just waiting for the tower to say, move. But when you are hiding in fear, the stillness is not peaceful. It is heavy. It isolates. It hardens. You stop obeying not because God went silent, but because disappointment got loud. You call your avoidance wisdom. You use your pain as permission to shut down completely. And deep down, if God opened the river tomorrow, you would not be ready to step through. I need to speak directly to someone right now. You have been hurt before, deeply. You trusted, and the door slammed. You believed, and the promise did not come the way you expected. And somewhere along the way, pain became your teacher, and pain taught you do not move until it is guaranteed. But chosen one, hear me clearly. Not everything you call discernment is discernment. Sometimes, what pain taught you to avoid faith must teach you to trust again. Proverbs 3-5 does not say, lean on your own understanding of past wounds. It says, lean not on your own understanding at all. There is a generation of believers right now, many of them your age, carrying decades of loyalty to God, who have confused self-protection with spiritual wisdom, who have mistaken emotional withdrawal for holy restraint, who have been so burned by false springs that they stopped believing the real summer was coming. And heaven is not judging you for that, but heaven is calling you out of it. Because the chosen one is not being called to live hidden forever. This instruction, stay inside, it is temporary. But the transformation happening inside you right now, that is permanent. Winter is not your burial. Winter is your protection. The ground is not empty in January. It is full of everything that has not yet broken the surface. full of what is being held until the moment is right. Ask yourself these 4 questions and answer them honestly. Does this stillness deepen my peace or only feed my dread? Am I protecting holy ground or am I avoiding disappointment? Am I becoming more prayerful in this season or just more withdrawn? And if God opened the river tomorrow morning, would I be ready to cross? Those 4 questions are not suggestions. They are a spiritual mirror. And what you see in that mirror right now matters. Because God's stillness is never sterile. If it is truly from Him, it is not empty. It is not punishment. It is not abandonment. It is preparation. The shelter you are standing in right now was not built to become your permanent address. It was built to cover you while the storm reshapes the landscape outside. And when the storm passes, and it will pass, you will walk out into a terrain that has been cleared specifically for where God is taking you. Don't just survive this season, chosen one. Let it form you. Write this down right now, on paper, on your phone. Somewhere you will see it tomorrow morning. I will not confuse peace with passivity, because the ones who come out of this season ready, they are not the ones who felt no fear. They are the ones who felt everything and stayed in position anyway. And now there is something you must understand about what is collapsing around you. Because the 3 things falling apart in this hour, they are not what you think they are. And one of them may be the very thing you have been praying to hold on to. You made it through the pressure, and now I need to tell you something that nobody else is saying out loud. What God is doing in you right now is not small. It is not a delay. It is not a detour. It is not heaven forgetting your address. It is construction, and the most serious construction happens underground, where nobody watches, where nobody applauds, where the work looks like nothing from the outside. But chosen one roots do not grow in the spotlight. They grow in the dark, in the pressure, in the silence that made you question everything. And right now, whether you feel it or not, your roots are going deeper than they have ever gone. Let me ask you something direct. How many years have you carried something nobody saw? How many mornings did you get up, not because you felt strong, but because something inside you simply refused to quit? How many times did you forgive when you had every right to be bitter? Pray when heaven felt like concrete above your head. Keep going when your body said stop and your mind said it's over. Those years were not empty. Those years were the making of you. Hebrews 12:11 says it plainly. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Yet afterward, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace. Afterward, God is an afterward God. And chosen one, you are standing in the afterward right now. Here is what the stillness has been producing inside you, even when you couldn't feel it happening. A grounded identity that no longer needs a crowd to confirm it. A discernment so sharp, you can now tell the difference between a door God opened and a door the enemy lit up to distract you. An endurance that doesn't perform for people, it simply holds. A freedom from the exhausting need to explain yourself, defend yourself, or shrink yourself to make others comfortable. A prayer life that has moved from desperate asking to deep knowing. A courage that doesn't need noise around it to stand firm. And a readiness, chosen one, a quiet, settled, dangerous readiness for the public assignment heaven has been building you toward in private. This is what the stillness was producing. Not emptiness, oil. Now I need to speak directly to those of you who are further along in years. Because the world has lied to you. Culture has whispered, sometimes shouted, that your season is behind you, that the best chapters are already written, that you are too old, too tired, too late. I am here to tell you that is the voice of the enemy, and it is a lie. You are not being discarded. You are being refined. Your quiet years are not empty years. They are the years that produced the wisdom this generation is desperate for and doesn't even know it needs yet. Think of a lighthouse. It does not stand because the sea has been calm. It stands because it survived storm after storm after storm, and every wave that hit it only drove its foundation deeper into the rock. That is you. You are not a lighthouse in training. You are a lighthouse that has already proven it can hold. Isaiah 46:4, God speaking. Even to your old age, I am He. I will carry you. I will sustain you and rescue you. He did not say, used to carry. He said, I am, present tense, active, right now, over your life, today. Your survival is not luck. It is authority. There is oil in what you have endured. There is anointing in what you outlasted. There is a testimony in your scars that no seminary degree, no youthful energy, no shortcut can manufacture. God does not waste seasoned vessels. But here is the AHA, the truth that should shake something loose inside you right now. The collapse happening around you, the confusion, the chaos, the pressure building in every direction. It is not targeting your destiny. It is making room for it. Comfort produces convenience, but it rarely produces character. The fire you have been standing in, the sustained, quiet, holy fire, it has not been burning you up. It has been burning away everything that was never you to begin with. And what remains? Gold. Real gold. Refined gold. The kind that catches light and does not apologize for it. The collapse around you is making room for a self you could not have become in comfort. Read that again. Let it land. If you have been through years that nobody saw, years of silence, years of sacrifice, years of holding on by faith alone, hear me clearly. None of it was wasted. Not one tear, not one sleepless night, not one prayer that felt like it dissolved into the ceiling. Heaven recorded every single one, and now the recording is becoming the reward. Stay with me, because we are now coming to the final crossing, the moment this entire message has been building toward. What must the chosen one do when God finally says the wait is over? That answer is coming next. And you do not want to move until you hear it. Chosen one, hear me now. The stillness was never the destination. It was the preparation chamber. God did not hide you so you could live hidden forever. He covered you so you could survive the shaking and cross with clarity when the moment arrived. And that moment is arriving. There is a river in front of you right now. You can feel it. Something is shifting beneath the surface of your life. Something is loosening. Something that was locked for months, maybe years, is beginning to move. But here is the danger no one warns you about. Some of you have been in the cave so long you have started to love it. You have made peace with the hiding. You have romanticized the pain. You have called survival your identity. And without realizing it, you have become loyal to the season that was only meant to shelter you. Do not idolize the cave that protected you. The cave was mercy, but mercy was never meant to become your permanent address. Joshua 3:13 says the priests had to step into the Jordan River before the waters parted. Not after, before. God did not split the river and then ask them to walk. He asked them to walk, and then He split the river. Obedience met the miracle. The crossing demanded courage before the confirmation came. And chosen one, that is exactly where you are standing today. I know why you hesitate. You have stepped out before and the ground didn't hold. You believed before and the answer didn't come when you expected. You moved before and the door closed in your face. And now, even when you feel heaven signaling something inside you, whispers, what if I misread it again? You do not want to be hurt again. You do not want to be disappointed again. I understand that. Every scar on your faith tells a story, and those stories are real. But let me ask you something that will cut straight to the bone. What if your hesitation is no longer wisdom and has quietly become a prison? What if the caution that once protected you is now the very thing keeping you from crossing? Yesterday's fear cannot be allowed to write tomorrow's story, because the same God who said stay is now saying cross. And when God changes the instruction, you do not get to remain loyal to the old one. Think of a bird that spent the winter sheltered in the eaves of a house. The storm was real, the shelter was necessary, but spring has come, the sky is open, the air is warm. And that bird gripping the ledge, refusing to open its wings, is not being safe anymore. It is being disobedient. Think of a man who has spent years behind prison walls. And then the door opens, and he stands there because freedom feels more unfamiliar than the cell. Because he learned how to survive the confinement, but forgot how to walk in the open. Chosen one, do not be that man. Do not stay in survival once God is calling you into occupation. This is the word Joshua gave an entire generation standing at the bank of the Jordan. They had wandered 40 years of manna and movement and desert and delay, and now the land was there, right there, across the water. And God said, move. Not when the water clears, not when conditions are perfect, not when fear feels smaller. Move now. Move while the river is still rising. Move while it still looks impossible. Because dawn does not ask permission from the night. It simply rises. And that is what heaven is asking of you right now. Not perfection, not certainty, not the absence of fear. Just rise. Because the instruction to stay was never about shrinking. It was about surviving the shaking until you could cross with clarity. The shaking is not over in the world around you. The collapse outside will continue. Systems will continue to fall. Voices will continue to scream. The noise is not going to stop. But inside the covering, inside the alignment, inside the divine positioning where God placed you, you are no longer a victim of the shaking. You are being launched by it. Every pressure that tried to bury you has been building momentum beneath your feet. Every delay that tried to discourage you was adding depth to your roots. Every night that tried to convince you it was over was actually lengthening the runway for your takeoff. And now, chosen one, the runway is ready. The river is parting. And some of you are about to leave agreement with collapse and enter agreement with position. Do not click away. What comes next? These final words are written for the person who has felt buried, delayed, and almost erased. The person who has been faithful in the dark and wonders if the light still knows their name. Stay with me. Your crossing has already begun. Chosen one, we have come to the moment this entire message has been building toward, and I need you to hear this next part with everything you have left. Not with your tired mind, not with your worn-out emotions, with your spirit. Because what I am about to say is not just encouragement, it is a decree. Movement. 1. Renunciation. Right now, in this moment, I am asking you to do something that may feel unnatural. I am asking you to let it go. Not your faith, not your calling, not your promise. Let go of the panic that has been sitting on your chest like a stone. Let go of the false urgency whispering that you have already missed it, that the window closed while you were struggling, while you were grieving, while you were simply trying to survive. That is a lie. And it ends right now. Let go of the performance, the straining, the exhausting belief that God's favor must be earned by your activity rather than received through your alignment. Let go of the time distortion that has convinced you that stillness equals failure. Stillness is not falling behind. Stillness is loading. Let go of the identity the pressure tried to give you, the identity of someone forgotten, someone passed over, someone whose season has expired. That identity was never yours. It was handed to you by a collapse that was never designed to define you. It was designed to refine you. Hebrews 12:27 says God will shake everything that can be shaken, so that what cannot be shaken will remain. Chosen one, you are what remains. Movement 2. Identity restoration. So hear me now. Receive this. Let it land somewhere deep. You are still in God's hand. You are not behind. You are not buried. You are not forgotten. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are not too damaged, too quiet, too invisible, or too far from where you thought you would be by now. You are being positioned. The field that looks burned is not dead. It is cleared, ready for truer growth than what stood there before. The house that lost weak beams did not fall. It stood, because what remained was what was always meant to carry the weight. That is you, chosen one. You are the remnant standing after the shaking. And because you are still standing, still breathing, still here, listening to this word, heaven has not dismissed you. Heaven is deploying you. So say this with me, from somewhere real inside you. I will not vacate my place because of pressure. I will remain until God says move. Not because the pressure has stopped. It has not. But because the God who placed me here has not yet said go, and I will not run ahead of his timing, because the enemy made things uncomfortable. Movement. 3 forward. Prophetic hope. Now I want to speak something over you. Not at you, over you. Peace returning to your home. Not the temporary kind. The kind that makes no logical sense given what surrounds you. The kind Paul described in Philippians 4-7, peace that passes understanding. That peace is moving toward you right now. Clarity returning to your mind. The fog is lifting. The confusion that has made decisions feel impossible is breaking. You will know what to do, and you will know when. Rest, returning to your body. The kind of rest that sleep alone cannot produce. Spiritual rest. The rest of a soul that has finally stopped striving and started trusting. And healing. Healing from the long delay. From the years that felt wasted. From the prayers that felt unanswered, from the doors that never opened when you stood before them with everything you had. None of it was wasted. Every single moment was seed. Now hear this, and let it reach the deepest, most honest part of you. Your best spiritual years are not behind you. The God who kept you in hiddenness knows exactly when to bring you forward. You have survived too much to surrender now. The collapse did not come to erase you. It came to reveal what was never strong enough to carry your destiny anyway. And now, standing in the ash, standing in the silence, standing in what the world would call ruin, you are about to see what was always there underneath. The dawn is entering a room that seemed lost to darkness, and it is entering through you. The ultimate climax. Chosen one, this is the truth this entire message has carried from the very first word. The real collapse has begun, but it is not the collapse of the chosen one. It is the collapse of everything that cannot go where God is taking you. Let that settle. Let that breathe. Let that change something in you. Durs. Final kidder. If this word confirmed your season, receive it. Don't analyze it. Don't delay it. Receive it and remain in position. Type in the comments right now, I will stay until God says move. And if someone you love is under invisible pressure right now, share this message with them. One word at the right moment can hold a person together long enough for God to turn everything around. Stay connected, stay close. Because some seasons require more than one message to fully understand what God is doing. The next word is already being prepared, and it was written with you in mind.